Canada, Vancouver. What was meant to be a night of triumph and unity at the Invictus Games 2025 closing ceremony took a dramatic and unexpected turn when Prince Harry stormed off the stage after being met with boos and jeers from veterans in attendance. The shocking moment left the audience in stunned silence and has since ignited a global debate over Harry's deteriorating public image, his relationship with veterans, and his struggles with criticism. Eyewitnesses report that the atmosphere in the building shifted noticeably as Harry took the stage to deliver his final address. While the audience had initially greeted him with polite applause, the mood soured quickly as soon as he began speaking. Scattered boos turned into audible discontent, with some attendees reportedly voicing frustration over his perceived exploitation of the veteran community for personal and financial gain. For a man who once prided himself on his connection with servicemen and women, this moment was not only embarrassing, it was a public reckoning. For years, Prince Harry has positioned himself as a champion of veterans through his work with the Invictus Games, an event he founded in 2014 to celebrate wounded and injured servicemen and women. However, in recent years, his once unshakable reputation among military personnel has been seriously eroded by his controversial media ventures, public grievances against the royal family, and lucrative Hollywood projects. Many within the armed forces community have accused Harry of using his military past as a branding tool while simultaneously distancing himself from the realities of service life. His explosive memoir, Spare, which revealed deeply personal details about his time in the British Army, including his admission of killing 25 Taliban fighters in Afghanistan, was widely condemned by veterans, who viewed it as a self-serving betrayal of military values. As one former Invictus participant put it, "The games were never supposed to be about him, but that's exactly what they've become." The moment he started cashing in on his military past for Netflix and book deals, he lost the respect of a lot of us. Harry's closing speech began in typical fashion, thanking the athletes, volunteers, and supporters. But within minutes, tension began to build. According to sources at the event, some veterans in the crowd began muttering and shaking their heads as Harry spoke about the power of resilience and overcoming adversity. Then, as he mentioned his personal connection to the military and how much the Invictus Games meant to him, the first audible boos rang out. What started as scattered disapproval quickly grew into a wave of frustration, with some in the audience loudly questioning his sincerity and motivations. Videos from the event, now viral across social media, capture the defining moment. A veteran in the front row was heard shouting, "You sold us out." Another attendee yelled, "Where's the respect for real soldiers?" Some spectators turned their backs on him in silent protest. Harry appeared visibly shaken by the reaction, pausing mid-sentence and glancing toward event organizers as if seeking reassurance. But when the boos intensified, his demeanor darkened. Instead of regaining control of the situation, he abruptly stopped speaking, muttered something under his breath, and stormed off the stage, leaving a confused and stunned audience behind. The fallout from this humiliating moment was immediate. Within minutes, social media erupted with reactions ranging from outrage to vindication. In a desperate attempt at damage control, the Sussex PR team released a statement hours after the incident, insisting that the boos came from a small minority and that the overall reception to Harry's speech was overwhelmingly positive. The Duke of Sussex remains deeply committed to the Invictus community and the mission of honoring and uplifting our veterans. He appreciates the support of the thousands who attended the Games and looks forward to continuing his work in the years to come. However, critics were quick to point out the obvious contradiction. If Harry was so committed, why did he walk away instead of standing firm? One of the biggest criticisms of Harry in recent years has been his identity crisis. Is he still the dedicated military veteran who founded the Invictus Games? Or is he now just another Hollywood celebrity chasing lucrative deals? Since leaving the royal family, Harry has signed multi-million-dollar contracts with Netflix, Spotify, and Penguin Random House, often using his royal connections and military past to sell stories and shape his image. His tell-all interviews with Oprah, the explosive claims in Spare, and his frequent complaints about being mistreated by the royal family have left many questioning whether he truly understands the sacrifices of service members, or if he's simply leveraging his past for personal gain. A former British Army officer, speaking anonymously, summed up the growing sentiment. You don't see real veterans writing books about how many people they've killed, or making reality shows about their struggles. We serve. We honor our brothers and sisters. We don't sell it for Netflix. With this latest controversy, serious questions are now being raised about Harry's role in the future of the Invictus Games. While the event itself remains a respected institution, many believe it may be time for the Games to distance themselves from their controversial founder before his personal baggage overshadows the cause. A high-ranking official within the Invictus Games Foundation spoke to reporters on background. The Invictus Games are bigger than any one person. If Harry's presence is becoming a distraction, it may be time for him to take a step back. Reports suggest that some sponsors and partners are now re-evaluating their commitments, fearing that continued association with Harry could alienate veterans and supporters.